All right, Mr. Miller, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. This is a citation. It was issued on May 13th of this year on I-196 there in Fillmore Township, Allegan County, state of Michigan. On an actual 88 and a 70, however, the officer only wrote it as a 1 to 5 over. Mr. Miller, you're here on this 1 to 5 over to do one of three things. First is you could admit responsibility to the citation, or two, admit responsibility, but you'd like to provide some sort of explanation as to how or why this happened. Or three, you wish to contest this citation. In other words, fight the ticket at what we call informal hearing. What were you looking to do?
The third option, Your Honor.
All right. Then what I'm going to do is have you both sworn in. You want to go ahead and raise your right hands. Swear or affirm any testimony you give here today would be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do. Yes, I do.
All right, Mr. Miller, it makes a lot more sense for me to start with the deputy. He has the burden to establish to me why he issued you a citation in the first place. But after that, you'll have an opportunity to either ask questions or testify in your own behalf, all right?
Okay.
And with that, Deputy LaJoyce, you want to pick up the narrative somewhere it makes sense and explain the issuing of this citation.
Absolutely. So while performing some mobile patrol in the Township of Fillmore and Township of Laketown and Allegan County on southbound I-196, I was traveling southbound I-196 at approximately the 41 mile marker, where I observed a vehicle traveling northbound. I hit my moving radar, activated, and it displayed a speed of over 85 miles per hour initially. I turned around at the 40 mile marker in the middle turnaround lane, proceeded to catch up to Mr. Miller's vehicle, reactivated my moving radar in the same direction feature, where it displayed a reading of approximately 88 miles per hour. As I was approaching the vehicle, Mr. Miller was slowing down from 88 to 87 and then to 86, to where I then initiated my overhead emergency lights and performed a traffic stop. When asking Mr. Miller where he was coming from, he advised that he was coming back home from Texas and that he did not know the speed limit. So based off of his speed of 88 miles per hour, I did issue him 1 to 5 over citation.
Okay. And sir, what is it you wish to tell us?
Well, Your Honor, from my recollection of the evening, I know I was traveling home like the officer had stated. It was very early in the morning. Typically, I put my cruise control on and I just stick to the limit that I think that is the speed for the area. I know there's certain spots in the state that the speed limit will change from 70, 75, sometimes 80 from what I've seen, but I don't recall myself going in excess of 85 to almost 90 miles an hour. I just didn't believe that was accurate.
Okay, so how fast were you going?
To be honest, Judge, I don't know exactly how fast, but I don't want to say I was doing exactly 70. I may have been a mile or two, a few miles over 70, but 88 to me just seems just way too fast. I just know myself, and I don't understand why I'd have been going that fast.
All right, well, let me tell you, there's nowhere in the state of Michigan where the speed limit is 80.
Okay.
North of, when you get to the upper part of the lower peninsula, it does change to 75, but all the speed limits down here top out at 70. So
okay.
The officer is testifying that he hit you with not only his opposite directional radar when you were going the opposite way of him, but then also his same direction radar. So two different radars on his car, both had you sort of well over 80. He only wrote you a ticket for 1 to 5 over. He actually only wrote you the only speeding ticket you don't get any points on. Every other speeding ticket that he could write here would have been points. So you kind of got the ticket that most people usually come in here and beg me for. The problem is you don't really know how fast you were going. So with the evidence that's presented in front of me, I would find you responsible for this citation. However, let me tell you, the only punishment you have is the fines and costs. You don't get points for this one. Like I said, there is an advantage to this particular break that the officer gave you. But because you had a contested hearing, I will tell you, you do have a right to say, I don't agree with what just happened there. and ask to go to what's called formal hearing in front of the district court judges with the prosecutor's office. But you must ask for that within 7 days of today's date, and that must be in writing. Otherwise, you would accept my finding of responsibility and then make arrangements with court to pay those fines and costs. You understand your rights on appeal?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, then you're all set. I'm going to go ahead and release parties. Thank you. Good, Deputy, that was your only one, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and release you. All right, Mr. Brandeis, you're in the right place. I just don't have an officer here for you yet. I'm going to go ahead and pop you back over in the waiting room.
All right.
Mr. Peacock, I give everybody the same 10, 15 minutes to be here on time. You're here ready for your ticket. I do not have an officer here to explain to me why they issued you this citation. So essentially what's going to happen is this ticket is going to be dismissed. I'm assuming you have no objection to that?
No, I don't. That means I don't have to pay it?
Yeah, there's nothing further for you to do. There's nobody here to present evidence to me that you did it. So it's just going to go away. All right?
All right, that sounds great to me.
Yep, you're all set. Nothing further for you to do. Drive safe.
Have a good day, sir.
You too.